Hi everyone, going to work on this solution video here. You've got your own version of the test, so I'm going to just write down the equations and what they're saying and let you deal with them. Now, number one, the equation is 3x squared minus 2x plus 5 equals 0. And we are supposed to solve this for the exact solutions. It does not factor. 3 times 5 is 15, positive 15. You're not going to get negative 2 by adding any of the factors of positive 15. So we will use the quadratic formula. X equals negative to b plus or minus square root to b squared minus 4ac. All of that over 2a. And we will plug in A, B, and C. And we're looking at negative B, which is 2, plus or minus the square root of negative 2 squared minus 4 times 3 times 5. And that's over 2 times 3. There's my substituting. And then that's 2 plus or minus the square root. That's 4. That is 60. 4 minus 60 is negative 56 over 6. And alright, so that's 2 plus or minus, and I square root, if I split that up, a negative 1 times 4 times 14 over 6, and we are looking at 2 plus or minus I times 2 times the square root of 14 over 6. And when I go to write that, I'm writing 2 plus or minus 2i radical 14 over 6. Factor out those 2's here, here, and here, and you've got 1 plus or minus I radical 14 over 3. Alright, there's number 1. Now number 2 is asking us to find all of the zeros of x to the 4th minus 21x squared minus 100. X to the 4th. Oops, that's not number 2. That's number 3. Number 2 is x squared plus 8 equals 0. If I subtract 8 from both sides, I've got x squared equals negative 8. And when you take the square root of both sides, you got a positive square root and a negative square root, and x will equal, now this is 4 times 2, you got positive and negative, and the square root of 4 is 2, and then square root of negative 1 is I, and then you still have 2 on the bottom, so plus or minus 2i radical 2. Now, number 3, it's your turn, and for that one, we've got finding a good marker is a challenge here. X to the fourth, there we go, minus 21x squared plus 100. We are to find all the zeros and then write as a product of linear factors. One way of factoring this, now these aren't linear factors, is what multiplies to 100 and adds to negative 21. That would be negative 25 and positive 4. We set that equal to 0 to find the zeros. X squared minus 25 equals 0, or x squared plus 4 equals 0. When I add 25 to both sides here, I've got x squared equaling 25. And when you take the square root and then you've got the positive and negative square root, you get x equals plus or minus 5. Subtract 4, do the same thing over here. I've got x squared equals negative 4. And then I take the square root and the positive and negative square root of this side. And x is going to be positive or negative 2i. Now our product of linear factors will be x minus 5, that goes with the positive 5, times x plus 5, that goes with the negative 5, 0. X minus 2i, that goes with the positive 2i for our 0, and x minus 2. X plus 2i, that goes with the negative I, negative 2i for the 0. There is number 3. All right. I'm going to stop there.